What is up, guys? Welcome to Garage 23, and today we're continuing with the Kopi G35 and doing the 1J swap.
I'm an engine.
We would have done a 2J swap, but I don't fit in there at the same time, so.
We can cuddle. We can make room in the tranny tunnel.
That's okay. Let's get started.
So, on the last episode, I did car guy math with 1 + 1 = 1. And we are taking the engine and transmission out of our 04 takeover model and putting it into our 05 model. We have currently taken out the electronics, the motor, the transmission.
That is a new transmission, however, because the one that was in this car had a broken third gear. Like I literally put it in third while the car was running, and Joey freaked out because he wasn't holding the clutch in, and I thought he was, but nothing happened.
Yeah, we were just sitting there,
engine running, transmission's in third, and nothing is moving. So it is gone.
I call it secondary neutral.
Spare neutral. So yeah, we have a fresh CD09 here to go in, and we're probably going to be rebuilding the broken one in a later video because we have plenty of spare parts to make one good transmission out of that probably. So today we're going to be prepping the transmission to go back in the car and doing a little bit of maintenance on the engine, and hopefully we can get everything together and in the car. If we can do that, I'll call it a win. So let's get started. So one of the things that we were going to do as part of the maintenance is get a new clutch. But Joey mentioned that the clutch felt pretty good for being what he thought was stock. So we decided to leave it, and it turns out this is an Exedi OEM replacement clutch, and it's paired with the lightweight flywheel. So it's awesome because we don't got to worry about changing that out, and we just throw the transmission back on.
There's also a plenum spacer.
Oh yeah, it's got a plenum spacer, and I think that's about all the aftermarket goodies that are
There's also pistons.
Yeah, and rods.
And rings.
And the rods are in the engine.
Oh my God, that's amazing. Do you know
that's a bonus.
Do you know what's crazy? There's still oil in this engine.
That's an even bigger bonus.
Yeah.
So yeah, to get the transmission in here, we need to put the clutch fork and grease everything up and then install it on the engine. So
from a CD09 or CD01 to a CD09, it should just bolt right up, same housing and everything, right?
Yeah. So we got our clutch fork and throwout bearing. You always want to check your throwout bearing. If it makes like a ton of noise, if it sounds like you got rocks in there, you should probably replace it. This one sounds pretty good. So before we put it on, you need to grease everything up. So you want to apply grease to your contact points. I think you're supposed to use some other kind of grease for this, but this is what we got, and it's better than nothing. So your pivot ball and the point where the slave cylinder touches, that's going to need grease, as well as the input shaft. And I think that's about it.
So give the shaft the old hawk tour.
Yes. Hawk tour. Just get it everywhere. Yeah, so make sure your clutch fork has that nice clean snap into place, and then it doesn't come off. Then your throwout bearing should move back and forth easily, and it should be good to go. And probably some grease on the shaft shouldn't hurt either. Shut it.
I was excited you want me to rub it in.
So now we should be ready to bolt it up. Hopefully it goes well this time.
What do you mean this time? This is the first time we're doing this.
Nothing, don't break cannon.
Do you want me to lift it up or?
Yeah. Like it just needs to lift up like a little bit from this end.
You want me to just pull it towards me?
You need to just like put something under it. But... yeah. Okay. More. More. Again?
Good?
I think so.
You just want to hold it steady?
Tired. Why does this thing gotta be so heavy?
You want to switch?
Sure.
Is it like stuck on a dowel or something?
I don't know.
Because
It's a lot closer this time though. It's almost there.
Yeah. The top looks like it's like right there.
Yeah.
Should I jack or lift the engine
Sure.
a little bit, maybe?
Oh yeah.
Woo.
That'll do, pig. That'll do.
I lost 45 pounds, Red. I laid off the lumpia. I went on a lifting plan and you still call me pig.
It's a term of endearment.
So just to let everybody know, this isn't actually a one-to-one direct swap. The 04 comes with a normal VQ35DE engine, while the 05 comes with a VQ35DE, but it's a rev-up version. The rev-up version has, variable valve timing on the exhaust and the intake side,
Yeah.
and the regular DE only has it on the intake side. Not only that, the wiring harness is pretty mangled up in the 05, so that's why we're transferring the wiring harness and the ECU over and pray that all the electronics talk.
Yeah, we could keep all the 05 stuff in there and just fix some of the plugs with this harness, but then that would cause other issues because the ECU that's in there is a rev-up ECU and it's expecting to see all the rev-up parts which aren't on the DE. So you definitely have like some check engine lights and possibly even like drivability problems.
Especially since the 05 is also a wideband and the 04 is a narrow band.
Yeah, this is just standard oxygen sensors.
So,
Which is weird because my 350Z is an 04 and does have wide bands. This is also an 04 and doesn't have wide bands.
but then you also mentioned how like the later years,
Like they only use wide bands for I think maybe 2 or 3 years because the HR harnesses that I have don't use wide bands, so that's kind of a bummer.
yeah.
Whatever.
While the engine's out of the car, we're gonna take care of some maintenance because we don't know if it's ever been done before, to be honest. But since the engine's out of the car, it's a fantastic opportunity to replace some wear and tear. And one of them are spark plugs.
Yeah, Horsey. Stop dropping stuff.
Stop checking the engine.
This is hard mode. Come on. Get it together.
I dropped it, I don't even know where it went.
I like to put this in like the most inconvenient spot.
Yeah. I guess I should probably undo this bracket too so I can get access to what I need. What is this hose here? Is this just a...
Huh?
What is this hose? Is that coolant?
Vacuum.
Because that's like directly in my way.
Oh yeah, it's the PCV.
Which side is easier to take it off on? This, I'm guessing this side down here.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I need to take both sides off. Ew. So we do need to change valve covers?
Yeah, it's fine. Actually, not a lot.
Oh, not like the G37 had way more than that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Cool. That's why she's spitting.
that's a lot of oil.
Yeah.
Could that be like an indicator of like bad piston rings?
Nah. It's the oil that was pulled up in here.
Oh. Oh, okay, I see what you mean. So do these spark plugs,
Spark
do these here dang fangled spark plugs need to be gapped at all? Good sir, do these spark plugs need to be gapped by chance?
Okay, so on NGK spark plugs, when it has an 11 at the end of the part number, that means it's already gapped, and that's the plug gap is 1.1 millimeters. So these are good to go.
Nice. So they're gapped so you can give the gap.
Yeah.
West Coast Customs. Whatever happened to that guy, that whole crew? I miss Ish.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
All right, so when you install your spark plugs, always make sure to use some anti-seize, or else you risk scalding up the threads in the block or the spark plug, and then you have a spark plug that gets broken inside the block, and then you have a real bad time. Put some on the threads, like that, and just drop it in. If I could give one tip is buy a good quality spark plug socket, because using the cheap ones is such a pain in the ass. Like this one gets stuck inside the head when you try to take it out. Now I have to switch to just a regular 5/8 socket to be able to tighten them without it getting stuck.
I know what, I just put it in there and I just drop it in like this.
Don't like drop it in there, but like.
Rest in peace.
Because if you drop it too like harshly, it can hit the end of the
That's what I'm
electrode.
like worried about. So just stick my finger in there as deep as I can and just let it.
Yeah, like gently. Yeah.
God, this really like makes you contemplate your life choices.
I mean, just imagine doing this in the middle of summer outside under a hot Ramada.
No, that was like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
How tight does it need to be? Tight enough? Not
So
super tight?
what I do is I grab the ratchet from the very center, like so like not from the end, so you don't have a whole lot of leverage.
Oh, like right here?
Yeah, and then twist as far as you can with that minimum leverage.
Left hand or right hand? My right hand is a lot more
Right
grip
hand.
strength than my left hand.
Right hand.
Okay.
You could also use a torque wrench, but
What's that? Oh, I have one of those. I got one for free at Harbor Freight for spending $49.99.
I think I trust my calibrated hand more than Harbor Freight torque wrench.
It clicks.
So does my wrist.
I was gonna say, actually, so does my wrist.
I broke my wrist in 2 places when I was little, and ever since then I've been able to get torque specs down to plus or minus 1 foot-pound. It's fine.
Hold on.
Oh, now your leg's gonna get smashed.
Yep.
There we go. There we go.
Yay.
Is that it?
Yep.
Yay!
Since you have experiences with 350Zs and now G35 takeover cars, outside of like the engine, transmission, suspension, and having a couple extra seats in the back, is there any big differences between the 2 platforms?
Just minor bull crap, like the ECUs being different, the BCM being different, the VVTi, or VTC or whatever. Okay, so we got the car lifted up on jack stands, so we should be able to swap everything over now. But while I'm doing that, Joey can swap the wheels and suspensions and
I'm not gonna swap the
arms.
wheels yet because I need to get new rear tires on that so they match with the front. But I will do the suspension stuffs.
I just keep looking at all that mess, and I don't wanna.
Which way are you going? That way. Do you think we can hammer that back?
Yeah.
Yeah, good enough for government.
Yeah.
Yay. Da-na-na-na. It's dangerous to go alone. Take this. I'm gonna take the coilover off of the car. I have a tire here because when I let it down, everything's gonna fall. First thing we're gonna do is just pop the ABS sensor out of its little spot. And then on the other side here, there is the brake line bracket thingy. We're just gonna undo that real quick. Now we're gonna go ahead, I'm just gonna loosen the bottom part just so it's there. Ready to go. Okay. Right. Now you can see the coil, the brake rotor is now on the tire. Lift this up a little bit to get this bolt out. Why was the other side easier than this? It's like it's stuck on down here. I just don't have enough room. Lift up.
Drop it down.
Thanks, Uncle Red. And that's how you get a coilover out. Okay, now we're at the rear of the car. And we're gonna take the rear coilovers off. But something really neat is we actually have the rear tow arms, which means somebody actually cared about this car and got rid of the spring buckets that were back there. So we're gonna start by disconnecting the tow arms. Then we're gonna disconnect the coilover and get that out of here. There we go. I did it all by myself, Red.
Woo! Those are like SUV tires.
I know, right? Looks like they came off of like a Mazda CX-5 or something.
Wait, are those even the rears?
So if you don't know if your stagger wheels are for the front or the rear, Nissan makes it easy by putting it right there and it says rear.
Yeah, because at this point, these wheels are so old, it's common to have mismatched sets because people will buy 2 pairs of rears and have, you know, rears in the front and back to have a more squared setup. I've seen a few people get screwed over and buy like a set of fronts thinking they're rears and then
Suck.
Yeah.
I wish I would mark left and right too, so I know which side they go on. G35 things, I guess.
We got the brake booster vacuum hose installed, and I think that's about it for all the stuff we took off. I wonder if we just plug this harness into the ECU that's in here, if it'll even like turn on.
The 05? Like the 05 ECU that's in there right now?
Yeah.
I mean, it should.
The only important signal that it's going to be missing is the wideband.
I mean, it'll run like shit because of the widebands, but at least it'll turn on.
Okay, so next thing we got to do is install all this undercarriage stuff. And there's a lot more to do than I thought because whoever took this car apart took the whole drive shaft and the exhaust and everything. So that's more stuff we gotta take from the other car. But before we put all that stuff on, we need to put the shifter back on. And I was trying to do that through the top, but I couldn't figure out how to get the stupid shifter trim off because it's different than the 04 and it doesn't just yank up out of the way like most Nissans are supposed to. So now we're down here and we dropped the trans a little bit and we're hoping we can just like snake it through here, hopefully. So let's see if that's gonna work. All right, so we just need to get this little assembly like up into the shift boot and then down into the shifter bracket. So hopefully there's enough room because this transmission's not going down anymore. All right. Yeah, looks like that's about enough room. There we go. So the only sucky part about this is we technically still do need to access the top of it because this retainer bracket has some left to right adjustment and that's meant for you to dial in your reverse lockout. So hopefully we're close.
I like when I talk into the mic, it sounds like I'm right next to you, but I'm not.
That looks pretty good. Get our dust boot back on. So before we do that, we need to get this sensor plugged in because we can't reach the one on this side. The transmission up. This is either the park or neutral or reverse sensor. I'm not sure which one.
Are they all the same?
They're different colors.
Oh, nice.
But I don't remember which one's which right now.
I was never good with the color matching game either.
There we go.
I heard a satisfying click.
These two are gonna be the downstream O2 sensors, and then this one is your crank sensor, and this one is your starter signal.
Oh yeah, I have the, I think, cam angle sensor over here that I said I'm gonna put over here because it's important. It is now on top of the intake manifold. Because you said don't break it. Is it going up?
Yeah. That looks about right. There, you can let it down now.
Okay.
And take it out too. Okay, so we got all these, the whole wiring harness plugged back into the transmission. We got the crank sensor, our O2 sensors, our starter we will get to in a bit. We got all our sensors. I'm trying to put the slave cylinder back in, but it's stuck extended. So I think we're gonna have to like let some fluid out. I think that's gonna be an 8mm on the bleeder screw. Yep. Joey!
Hi.
8mm short socket, 1/4" drive, please.
Hi.
Okay, so I'm gonna let a little bit of fluid out of this guy. The slave cylinder's stuck extended all the way out and it doesn't want to go back in. There we go. Piece of crap. Ooh. I was hoping we wouldn't have to bleed the clip cylinder again, but we're not gonna be that lucky.
How much am I filling it up to?
All the way up.
Do I need a...
Whee! Got it.
Thank you.
All right, press the clutch. Good. Whee!
Okay.
What is that?
What's what?
What's so loud?
I'm fat.
Okay, so we got the clutch bled and it seems to be working well. It feels normal-ish.
Yeah, very normal.
We do have more stuff to do underneath because this car is apparently missing the whole drive shaft and entire exhaust, so we're gonna need to grab that from the other car. I think we're also gonna skip doing the timing chain stuff because that's gonna prolong this like by a few days at least, and we need to get this car like running like as soon as possible. So we're just gonna try to put thicker oil in it and see if that makes the chain noise go away. It was only on startup, so I feel like it's just like an oil pressure issue on startup.
And it could also just be the idler.
Oh yeah, we found the idlers are pretty beat and they're making like the same kind of noise.
There it is.
So I don't know if it was just the idlers making that noise or what. I don't know, we'll figure it out. But for now, let's grab all the exhaust and drive shaft from this car and start swapping it over. Hey, you got some nice firewood under here.
Ooh, really?
Yeah. It's stuck under the cross member thing.
Nice.
Oh, hey, this is an LSD.
Is it?
This one is, at least.
Ooh, that's good to know. Ah.
Still stuck.
It is still stuck. I just have more room. I'm just more stuck. It's like the only good bushing is the one that I'm fighting against right now. Ew. Cool, and I get to do all that in reverse. I seriously can't get this in this stupid hole. Ha! Help. Help! Help, it's in! So should I put the knuckle in first? Or the upper controller in first?
You're gonna have to put that in first so I can hold it for you.
Ew. Why do I keep smelling it?
Is
No, it's harder.
Why?
Well, I had to fight the cotter pin because the cotter pin broke, and then I had to try to rip that off, and then I keep forgetting what righty-tighty, lefty-loosey is. That's more of a me problem than the car problem. And then the impact won't fit in this little narrow area. Hey Red, so do sway bars on these cars actually do anything or just look pretty? Because
I don't know, the sway bars on these things are cute.
yeah.
So I can't imagine like going much bigger than that. I mean, is the bracket even like, you have like an 1/8 inch of bushing there. I don't even know. I mean, typically, yeah, because most stock sway bars on cars are like the Ultima. It's like a 1/2 inch, if that. So
or non-existent on the back of a EK hatch.
Yeah, S14 base models didn't have a rear sway bar.
Yeah, and then here we have like freaking Big Bertha.
Yeah.
It's like with 1.5 inches of girth all the way around. This is the guy my wife told me not to worry about. I just realized these are like the OEM shocks. That has a Nissan logo on it and everything.
Yeah.
Yay. Why are you so long?
That's what she said.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yay. The sway bar makes me feel insecure. The strut and spring makes me feel insecure.
Here you go.
Oh, I feel so much better about myself. No, wait, this makes me feel insecure too. I'm a side character, so all of my stuff was done while the main character was doing their stuff. The front coilovers are in. Now we have to focus on the rear, which means we have to replace the camber arm, tow arm, and coilover back there, as well as remove the OEM camber arm and spring buckets off of the back of this car. So I'm trying to take these camber arms off of this, and in order to get the bolt out, the bolt is currently hitting the sway bar mount right here, and I can't get it out unless I take the sway bars out. Yay.
So it's pretty nice that on G35s and 350Zs, you kind of don't have to deal with the exhaust hangers because they're bolt in for the most part. So that's nice.
I agree.
Get the other side. Ta-da!
Red took a whole exhaust off while I've just been fighting with one cotter pin. Now that drive shaft's a lot lighter than I thought it would be.
Yeah. It's not even the carbon fiber one either.
Wow.
Yeah, we got LSD.
We have two?
Yeah.
Nice.
E-brake.
E-brake?
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah.
I'm on the top of the car, bolting in stuff in the bottom of the car.
So I don't know if you can do that side, but
I can't see a way through there. I have like one straight shot, but I feel like I need one more extension to get, yeah, I need like one more extension.
all right, now we need to clean up all this wiring mess down here, and to do that, you need to make sure you have this bracket where all the O2 sensor plugs go. That mounts to the transmission down here. And then just plug them in. Now we just got the starter to install, and I think we're good. Oh, and then the white pipe, and then the rest of the exhaust, but we can do that later. starter is in.
And I Googled Stance Z35 toe and rear toe and camber arms, and I couldn't find them anywhere. So it's
Rare discontinued.
It's like
I know what I got, bro.
Right.
$800.
We should clean them up and sell them.
Get some eBay ones.
I mean, I could sell these and get like GK Tech ones, because I'm pretty sure Stancy boys would love to have their stuff matching.
Right.
Stancy fancies.
Yeah, they're pretty nice.
Yeah, they're beefy.
Time joints are a little worn. But...
I wonder if we can replace those.
Yeah, 100%. Just need to find out the thread pitch. And they're most likely mirrored, so one's probably left-hand thread, the other one's right-hand thread.
Oh, that's cool.
So these must be driver's side.
Yes.
All right, so we're gonna do ourselves a solid and put the bolts on this side, so that next time us or anyone else has to take these off, they don't gotta do the sway bar at the same time. Wait, you took these off of that car and you had to take the sway bar down still, so somebody reinstalled them the asshole way?
Yes.
What assholes?
And you know, like the best part is, it's like they're toe and camber arms, so they can kind of go anywhere, right?
Yeah.
So they don't have to be in a specific spot.
No, but in all honesty, this is actually the wrong way to put the bolt back. Because I don't know if this is actually a thing, but it kind of seems to be, just judging on like how bolts are installed from the factory. But I've heard that a bolt is meant to go from the front of the car back, and the nut is supposed to go on the opposite side. Because if you install it this way with the bolt on the back side, and the nut happens to get loose and fall off, the bolt can come out because it's facing this way, and just with the momentum of the car, the bolt can fall out, and then the control arm falls off, and then you crash. So theoretically, this is the safer way to do it, and we did it the wrong way, but it's just more convenient this way. So, and as long as we torque it properly, it should be fine.
Hold on, to go. Here you go. Give these two to your dad.
Stance coilovers are on, stance camber arms are on, stance toe bucket delete tow rods are on.
I heard toes.
Don't
Toes?
get excited.
Oh, toe arms. Never mind.
The last thing is the exhaust, and I think we're done. I hope we're done. Let's go. So good. Damn it. Oh, these assholes.
What did they do?
They cut the rubber thing.
Oh, come on, really?
God damn it. Did you bolt those out?
No, I did not.
Take it out.
Yep. I don't even know why they would take off a stock G35 exhaust too.
Right. All right, round two. After we replace the hangers.
Do you need me to put my side in first before you put it in the hangers?
Yeah.
Yep, that's the one. Thank you. You all right?
Done.
Awesome.
Stupid car. Okay, we're just about done. We're coming up on the home stretch. This car is back together and rolling, and we can get it out of here pretty soon. This car is like 95% back together, or 90?
89.4.
89.4% back together. We just need to fill the trans, connect the ECU and
Oh, it needs a belt.
engine harness, put the belts back on, and then we can start messing with the ECU and the console stuff and see if that's gonna work, because that's gonna be a whole other headache. So let's get started. Isn't this just the start of siphon?
It should be a pass-through.
10mm Allen socket and ratchet.
And that's what happens when it has dairy.
Oh crap. Power steering pump works.
But it started. Oh, now I have to do the BCM stuff.
They look brand new.
Wow.
Clean your shoes with power steering fluid.
Should I try to start it anyways? I mean, I know it's not gonna.
No, it's gonna lock the ECU and then we're gonna be screwed.
Okay. Plug that guy in here. I'm gonna jump back in the driver's seat. Turn ignition off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm in a really good mood right now. Ready, work. What was that?
It actually worked.
So you were just as surprised as I was, right?
Yes.
But it's like a really good, happy surprise? Okay.
Okay, so this thing is pretty much running. We just need to finish bolting up all the ancillaries. So, radiator?
Radiator or wires? Because we still have,
You can do the wires.
I don't, we have wires? Maybe we can just,
There's just a cooling fan plugs.
yeah. I also left the horns on that one. And that one has the bolts for the thing as well.
So this is like the Titan. I think you're supposed to install the radiator and fans and junk first, and then plop it on. Okay, Kyla found the radiator.
Are the fans on it?
Yeah.
Oh, yay. Did he pee on it?
Possibly.
Okay.
I hope people know Kyle's a dog.
Isn't some bushings? This thing's heavy. Bushy.
Oh! What the hell? You know,
So much for not making a mess.
the car did look a little dehydrated. It's Arizona. I was trying to turn the VQ35 and grow it into a VQ37. We'll make it work. I'm stripping in front of the camera. Gotta make money somehow. I showed my egg roll. What? The one that I got from Panda Express. Oh.
何言ってんだてめえ。気持ち悪い。気持ち悪い。
So we have the low pressure AC line, which still lines up okay. And this one's like all up in the radiator hose over there. And there's a clip here, which I think is where it went, but nothing else really matches up. So I don't know where the heck it was supposed to go.
I think I was watching in the first episode that it was being pressed against the engine as we were taking it out.
Okay, I think I got it. This looks kind of right. I don't know if I should like connect the lines like finally, because they're a pain in the ass to get off.
Oh,
And if we have to like pull this off again. Maybe we should leave that to last. Kyla found the radiator hose.
Yay! Man, Kylo's such a big help.
Yeah. More help.
Wait, what'd you say?
Nothing?
Oh, see, more help than me.
No.
Okay. Yay.
I need some pliers. So one thing to note here is these clamps, you have to use these kind of clamps, especially when you have a plastic radiator, because these clamps are meant to expand and contract because of the heat and stuff. And then people will lose these and then they'll use those like worm gear clamps and then just crank the hell out of it onto their plastic radiator. Then they wonder why the whole neck breaks off at some point. That's why. If you don't have these, go to the junkyard and look for them. I've done that just to get spares sometimes. If it's on like on this end, we have a worm gear on the thermostat housing. That one's fine because the thermostat housing is aluminum. It's not as much of a concern for it to break, but on the plastic stuff, for sure. And also if you have like a racing aluminum radiator, less of a concern, obviously.
Why, obviously? It's not obvious to me.
Because aluminum is much harder to break, Joey. It's so weird because it's like really, really similar to the Z, but little stuff is like just a little different. All right, I should idle normally now
Why?
because it has a mass airflow sensor.
What does a mass airflow sensor do, Red?
Good question, Joey. The mass airflow sensor is a filament-based sensor that heats up, and then as the air passes through the intake and over the sensor element, it reduces the heat that's in the element, and the ECU translates that to a resistance reading and gives you a certain amount of fuel per that data. Ta-da.
More info can be found right here. I'm gonna run to AutoZone.
And Sonic? It's tradition.
It actually is tradition. Just like a Fast and Furious movie without saying family. It's like us working on a car without Sonic.
All right, so meanwhile Joey's gone. We got most of the front end buttoned up. I connected the hood latch cable to the latch, bolted that up. I had to look around for some clamps to put the power steering cooler back on. Got the lines back where they go with some 10 mils and put the crash bar back on. I think we're pretty much done. Just gotta wait for Joey to finish up that wiring and fill up the coolant. Should be able to drive it out of here on wheels, obviously. Well, I know it's the airbag plug. I don't remember what any of these are though. Oh, AC. Okay, horns are plugged in. I don't know what this goes to.
I got distracted by your big burly arms carrying that bumper. And I just totally lost it and dropped all of these butt connectors, thinking about what you said. So I'm guessing one of these goes to the window wiper fluid thingy.
Yeah.
And there's another one, but I have no idea what it is. I mean, there's two more, of course, because of the fans. I'm pretty sure the car will tell us if there's issues.
Yeah.
Like how Red makes the IT guy do the wire stuff. So I think this one goes into the reservoir.
That looks like a fog light plug.
I've never seen a G35 coupe with fog lights, though.
Yeah.
Headlights plugged in. This little doodad goes there. So what, we only have two cables that we have no idea where they go to? Which isn't bad.
Yeah, I mean, given what we did.
2 out of 1,400 isn't bad at all. I think after that, what, we fill it with coolant and then start it?
Yeah.
Well, now that the hood's on, let's test it.
That closes pretty nicely.
It really does. So what Red is currently doing is unmounting the 05 ECU that is currently in there. And in its place is going to go the 04 ECU. The reason why he's doing that is because of my incompetence, because I thought you had to take off half of the dash to get to it. But you really don't, because all it is just two 10 mil bolts.
10 milliliter bolts?
10 milliliter bolts, one on each side.
I can't find the other one.
You took off the other one in like 2 seconds. Oh wait, are you gonna disconnect? Are you gonna unplug the ECU?
I'm trying not to.
Okay. Do you want me to disconnect the battery first?
I don't think you'll have to.
Okay.
Ta-da!
Yay! Floppy. Oh, that goes on the hood.
Yeah. So just gotta put the wheels on, and then fill it up with coolant, power steering fluid, and get it the hell out of here. All right, so getting ready to fill up our coolant. This is concentrate that Joey got. So you wanna mix it, 50-50 is the easiest way to do it. You can do different percentages based on the requirements where you live. But for us, we're just gonna do 50-50. So I like dumping it out in a bucket and then filling this up and then dumping that in there also, and that gives you basically 50-50.
That's what it sounds like after I eat cheese.
Hopefully the seals, this didn't feel as like secure as it does usually.
Yeah, I never liked those things, but it's kind of like the best that you get, kind of.
Yeah. Feel good.
So yeah, those hoses. Should I go get them real quick? I'm gonna get the hoses real quick. I'll be right back.
What hoses?
The ones that I said, ooh, where do these hoses go to?
No, it's not that. I just cleared, or I opened the breather.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah.
Oh, so it's supposed to make that sound.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of a lot that was coming out, so I mean, I thought this thing was empty. All right, we got the power steering topped up. We got the coolant topped up. Start her up, Joey.
Okay. What is that sound?
Power steering.
Oh, is it? Should I turn the steering wheel left to right?
Yeah.
Okay. Feeling it. What was
I didn't forget to tighten that.
We just appreciate how smooth it sounds and it just starts up.
Turn the heater on.
Heater?
Yeah.
So the reason why he needs the heater to turn on while we're getting the cooling system circulated through is because the coolant goes through the heater core, and we want to make sure the system is fully bled. So there's no air pockets in the heater core side nor in the engine side.
Wow, that barely cleared. What's the temp at?
It should be operating temp. It hasn't gone up. Temp's at 82 Celsius right now.
82. Nice. All right, that's probably good. Let it rip.
I should probably test the lights. Lights work.
Both your HIDs work.
I don't think these lights work. Oh yeah, these don't. Do the brake lights work?
Yeah, brake lights work.
Anything?
Nope.
Weird. Are they plugged up?
I mean, if the brake light worked, it should be plugged in, but
Oh, this is really loose.
yeah.
What the hell? Where's the fuse box? Is it on this side?
I don't know.
That's definitely popped.
The little wire in between the two terminals is not connected.
I'll get a good one. Where does the BCM go?
Over there.
Oh, okay. And then it's
Alright,
supposed to
now
be
plug the fuse in.
it's supposed to be a 10 amp fuse.
Yeah.
So this
They
should
probably
be,
just plugged whatever fuse they had
yeah.
spare.
I mean, they're just brake lights. On this episode of Garage 23, for 30 minutes, Joey fights against the cover for a fuse box. That's like even Kylo's over here judging me. He's like, my dad won't do it that way. Don't do it that way.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's running under its own power. Hold on.
You're good.
I just can't see anything.
You're good.
Did I stall it?
Loser.
Sorry, I can't reach, I can barely reach the clutch pedal. And my seat won't go forward.
Hey, it hasn't made the rattling noise.
No, it hasn't, huh? Maybe the coolant lubed the idler pulleys.
All right, so it's moving under its own power. That's a good sign.
Oh my God, it overheated. What are we gonna do, Red?
Yeah. So minor issues when we did the test drive. Started overheating a bit. I kind of expected that because these things are a pain in the ass to bleed the air out of the cooling system. So basically all I did was open up the radiator cap and open up the bleeder port on the passenger side heater hose. And you basically need like a small funnel, one that's small enough to fit into the bleeder port. And then you fill up the remainder of the cooling system through that bleeder port until it starts coming out of the radiator cap, and then you close the radiator cap and then top it off at the bleeder port. And that should take care of it. If it doesn't, just repeat the process again, drive it around, see if it overheats. If it does, come back, do the same thing again. The other method is to just lift up the car and put a bigger funnel on it that can stay on the radiator cap, and then you just let it run and get all the bubbles out. The problem with that method is you have to leave it running for a while, and in some cases it'll just start overheating right then and then just start bubbling up the liquid, and that's kind of a pain in the ass. So I like the other method better, even though it just takes longer, but
Gas is really expensive too.
that is a factor. Although it's down now, that's compared to where it was, so. But anyway, there was that issue, and then there was the other issue of the transmission not letting us into fifth or sixth gear. I had a small panic attack because of that. But it turns out it's just because we couldn't figure out how to get the trim off, because most Nissans you just yank it up and it comes off. This one wasn't doing that, and it felt like we were gonna break something. So we decided to just leave the trim there. But when we installed the transmission, we had to just like leave the shifter on and like put it up in place. And then I had to tighten the gate from under the car without seeing anything. And that gate is what controls your ability to get into reverse. Or it's a reverse lockout, so it keeps you from going into reverse accidentally. But if it's not adjusted properly, it can block your way into fifth and sixth. So that's all the issue was, is I just needed to adjust that gate over a little bit to let us into 5 and 6, but not into reverse. So that's good now. Turns out the shifter trim we just needed to yank harder. So that's all good now. And
Oil change.
Oh yeah, did an oil change. So everything's all fresh and ready to go. So time for some Sonic.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as always, thank you guys for watching. And remember, always do your best.
Well, just do stuff. Sit back, relax, take your pants off, and be entertained. Listen to some G35 ASMR. I just want to walk around looking like John Travolta.
That's how you know you're a real mechanic.
Yep. Looks so weird just crouching down.
I'm trying to take some aesthetic view of
It's like,
Jeez.
shh, you don't see me. I just wanted you to look at me. Camera girl does camera magic.
Yeah. She makes my nonsense watchable.